Hello friends, in this video we will receive the knowledge of a very well-known song-like poem, A Poison Tree, which is taken from William Blake's song of innocence and of experience. William Blake, 1757 to 1827, is regarded as the most original of English romantic poets. Unfortunately, he was mostly neglected and was even thought of as a mad person in his times. He was an engraver, artist, poet, and visionary. He wrote wonderful lyrics in his collections entitled Song of Innocence and A Song of Experience, which was published in 1794. He is a painted scene from the work of Milton, Dante, Shakespeare, and the Bible. His work classes as a prophetic book, such as Visions of the Daughter of Albion, 1793, the first book of Urizen, 1794, Milton, 1810, and Jerusalem, 1812, are deeply philosophical, difficult, and a long series of poems. He engraved, colored, printed, scratched, and sold this work with the help of his wife, Catherine. Some of his highly appreciated poems are The Lamb, The Tiger, and The London. The Jerusalem, lyric from Milton, is very popular. It has become a kind of second national anthem in Britain. Blake has become one of the most favorite poets in academic circles in the modern time. A Poison Tree is a poem written in the first person, narrated by the poet. The poet tells us about the feeling of anger. When he was angry with his friend, he simply told his friends about his anger. This action of telling had a positive effect. It put an end to his bad feelings. But the case was different when he was angry with his enemy. That time, he didn't tell about his anger to his enemy. Hence, the feeling of anger developed more. In the second stanza, the poet refers to the title of the poem and uses the metaphor of the tree. This tree is nurtured by the feeling of fear and wrath. While these feelings were inside the poet's mind, he covered it with false smile. This acted like sunlight for the growth of a poison tree. Thus, the anger continued to grow and it became more dangerous. Now, the speaker felt the need for revenge. The tree grew and produced a fruit. In our next stanza, an apple is described to be sprouting from the poisonous tree of anger. This delicious apple attracted the enemy's attention. He knew that the fruit belongs to the poet. At the ending part of our poem, it describes how one night the enemy moved slowly into the poet's garden and ate the apple from this tree. This was the fruit of a poison tree. So, when the enemy ate it and died, next morning his dead body was lying under the tree. A poison tree is association with the idea that when a person cultivates anger and hatred towards someone, this feeling can turn into something dangerous, and they may be result in the destructions of the enemy. At the same time, the poem suggests that these are not the healthy feelings. They should not be kept in mind. If they grow, then one also start to hate someone's or oneself. In this poem, the poet was forced to hide his anger. He therefore acted a dishonest and false way. It kills his enemy, and he says that it made him glad. But the readers know that this is not the real happiness. Actually, the speaker has started to hate himself. The poison tree that was grown by him was a negative effect on himself also. From a good person, he was become a dishonest and deceptive person. The poem has a reference to the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible, who were deceitfully persuaded to eat the fruits from a forbidden tree of knowledge by Satan. The fruit is commonly depicted as an apple. In the Bible story, the fall of Adam and Eve take place in a paradise, Garden of Eden. This is similar to the garden described in the poem where the enemy died. So the poem may be called as the moral tale of suppressed anger and revenge. This poem tried to explore the shameful effect of anger, and cultivation of anger is the principal theme of this poem. It tells us about how the suppressions of anger lead to the growth of angers and other destruction feelings. When we do not express anger and acknowledge it, anger or wrath is cultivated by the mind. It becomes a destructive force. The poem compresses separations versus expressions and also speak about falseness in the human nature. We can interrupt the poem as a tale telling about the people who pretend to be friendly, but they may be hiding their real feelings. The rhyming couplet of this poem gives it a tone of simplicity. The innocent tone of the speaker is contrasted with his evil action. The speaker's feeling of anger are eternal. As an external form, they become the trees with its poisonous fruits. This is a danger to author. It is destructive. The tree tells about particular characters of the poet who become like Satans, deceiving humanity. The poem also suggested that all person can be guilty of suppressing their inner emotions, and this can become deadly to the outside world. So we can understand here a poison tree poem. Please subscribe channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.